Hello and welcome to the mat. Let's just do, 20, 25 minutes. Let's see how we get on. Today I just wanted to share with you a little routine that you can do if it's been a while since you've come to the mat. You're feeling a little bit achy and in need of a good stretch out. So making your way down onto the mat, just finding a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. As always, remember, it's your body, your mat, your space. So, gently coming into Sukhasana. Allowing ourselves to settle onto the mat physically and mentally. Find the mat with your sitting bones. Feel the weight through them. And allow yourself to draw your energy up through your spine, lifting nice and tall. Out through the crown of the head, dropping those shoulders down away from the ears. Turn your attention to your breath. So as ever, to breathe is better than not to breathe. So however you feel you want to, if that works for you, then please do. But I invite you to try Ujjayi Pranayama, breathing in and out through the nose. That slight rasping sound at the back of the throat as we exhale. And whatever form of breathing you have chosen, try and focus on those exhales. We want to really lengthen those exhales. Try and make them longer than the inhales. And we want to inhale to a point where it doesn't feel really uncomfortable. The shoulders come up. Keep those relaxed, then we exhale. Let the breath come back out nice and long and slow and controlled. Just a couple more deep breaths at your pace. And then gently blinking, open those eyes, giving them a little blinking around. And just look around you in your room, wherever you are today, and just noticing where you are in that space. If you're lucky like me today, when I'm filming, the sun is shining, the wind is blowing, the sky is blue, the flowers are in full bloom. Always puts a smile on the face. So, gently starting to wake up the spine, taking both fingertips down towards the sides. We're inhaling, reaching tall, reach out of those hips. And gently exhale over to the right. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale over to the left. Making sure to keep those right knees and hips down. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale over to the right. And keeping that left sitting bone on the floor of your block. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, reach tall. One more time, exhaling over to the right, trying to keep the chest and the shoulders facing forwards. Inhale, reach. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, reach tall. And then we're gently exhaling, bringing hands down to the fronts of our knees. Inhale, sitting tall. And then we're gently exhaling, rounding down into cat. So try to roll back on your coccyx as you can, scooping out the belly. Inhale, sitting up tall, coming into cow. Exhale, rounding down, really open up the back here, pull those shoulder blades apart, leaning back. Inhale, pushing through, push the chest through, lift the head up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round down into cat. Inhale, pushing through into cow. And again, exhale, rounding down into cat. Inhale, pushing through into cow. Exhale, come back to neutral. Give it a little shake out of the spine. And then we're gently just going to twist with a little flow. So we're gently twisting, looking to the right. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, looking behind. Option to take that left hand all the way around to the opposite hip, your choice. And release, come back through center. Inhale, sit tall. And again, exhale, round to the other side. Feel that twist in the torso. Inhale, come up tall to the front. Exhale, round to the right. Again, your choice what to do with that back arm. Inhale, come up through center, nice and tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, round to the other side. Inhale, come forward, sitting up tall. Exhale, round to the right. Inhale, coming back to the front, sit up tall. And then last time, round to the left, take that twist. Inhale, sit up tall. And release. So gently releasing, taking those legs out long in front of you, getting rid of any blocks or props that you are on. Finding those sitting bones on your mat. Sitting up nice and tall into Dandasana, seated staff pose, flexing those feet, really feeling the engagement through the legs, pushing our weight through our sitting bones, feeling the weight down there, rooting to rise and lifting up with the energy through our spine, relaxing those shoulders down away from the ears. Remember, you can always bend the knees if that gives you that room in the hips. If you're very tight and you find yourself leaning back, bend the knees, just bring yourself up nice and tall. And breathe. So focusing on really pushing those sitting bones into the mat, lifting your energy, your weight up through the spine. I know for many of you, your quads will start to complain. You're not alone, don't worry. Keep breathing. Just a couple more breaths here. And relax. Lean back, shake out those legs. Windscreen wipe them. Just do whatever feels nice for you here, just to release out those quads. And then gently hug those knees to the chest, whether you pop your hands under your thighs or all the way around the front. Allow the forehead to round down over the knees. They may or may not touch. And I invite you just to be aware of what you're doing with your feet. You may have them relaxed on the mat. You may do what I've done, which is lift up the feet off the mat. Entirely up to you. Just be aware. And whatever you're doing, just try and move the feet. Do the opposite. Take a different move. Maybe wiggle the toes. Just being aware of what other parts of the body are doing. Feel the nice stretch down the back of the neck. And keep the breath going even though we've constrained the movement of the belly with the legs. And bringing focus back to those feet whilst hugging in the knees towards the chest, relaxing the head. And then gently release, come up nice and tall. And here, just take a lean back, pop your hands on the mat however you're comfortable. I like to go onto my knuckles. You may want to just keep your hands flat to the mat. This gives me a bit of extra height and also protects the wrists. So just gently, we're inhaling, lifting the chest forward. So squeeze the shoulder blades back together, almost like cat-cow, pulling the shoulder blades back, looking up towards the ceiling, minding the neck. Exhale, rounding down, really pull the shoulders forward, open up the shoulder blades, chin to chest. Inhale, pushing through into modified cow, looking up towards the ceiling. Again, mind the neck. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale, pushing through and up. Again, just being aware of what you're doing with your feet. Are you pointing, are you flexing, are you doing neither? Exhale, round down. I just invite you to think of something else. So continue to flow in and out at your breath, inhaling up, exhaling down. And being aware of what you're doing with your feet. Really feel the movement of the spine here. Remember, we're really trying to just gently wake up that spine, especially if you feel stiff and tight. You've not done this for a while. Or you've been sitting at a desk all day or in a car for too long. Exhale one more time, rounding down. Open up those shoulder blades. And then we're just inhaling, coming to neutral. Okay, so release those hands, clasp the fingers together and just move the hands from side to side. Just release out those fingers and those wrists, give them a bit of a shake around. And then we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. So coming into tabletop, towards the front of the mat for this one, we're going to be able to stretch our legs back. So finding your tabletop nice neutral spine, take that left leg out behind you, tuck those toes, push that heel away from you. And try to imagine a nice straight line between the heel and the crown of the head. So we're not arching the back, we're not dropping the back, the belly. Try to imagine you've got a nice straight line from heel to the head. And you can push and hold, push and roll, entirely up to you. Massage the toes if that feels nice. And then gently lifting that leg, taking it across the right leg, looking over our right shoulder towards that left leg. Option here to push all the way down to sit down on your right heel and take that left leg long. Entirely optional, this won't be for everybody. Obviously you've got interesting knees, this won't work for you. So just be aware of where you are in this. Good stretching either way. Still looking over that right shoulder towards the left foot. So if you come all the way down to the floor like me, tuck those back toes, push yourself up, come back into tabletop. I'm going to take that to the other side. So right foot back, pushing the feet down into the mat, heel away from you. And again, just focus on that long line between foot, crown of the head. Nice neutral back. Pulling the belly button up towards the spine. Again, massaging those toes if that feels nice. And then gently lifting that leg across the body, looking over the left shoulder towards the left foot. And you can either stay here or come back down. Sit on that leg if you want to. And again, option whether the toes tucked or untucked. Still looking over that left shoulder towards that left foot, whether you're high or low. Tucking those toes if you're down and coming back into tabletop. So from here we're going to thread the needle. We are going to lift our left arm up towards the ceiling, inhaling. And then we're exhaling, threading through, coming down onto the floor. Arms, shoulders, head. Let the hips go high. Allow your right hand or forearm to relax on the mat. Option here to take the right leg long, either toes to mat or lift that right leg into the air if you want to, bend and stretch. And again, remember it's your mat, your space, so any variation in there is entirely fine. Or if you just want to stay and thread the needle, equally fine. So if you've gone for any modifications, bring the knee back down, bring the right hand back underneath the shoulder. We inhale, lift ourselves up, take that left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it back down. Okay, to the other side, inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, threading through, landing on the mat softly with the shoulder, the arm and the head. So option to stay here, you can drop the forearm to the mat, you can take your left leg, tippy toe to the mat, or lift that left leg up. So entirely up to you which you choose. Just be aware of your balance if you're lifting anything else off the floor. And then gently replacing any knees and hands. Left hand under the shoulder, we inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling again. Exhale, bring that hand back down. I'm going to come into downward facing dog. So tucking those toes whenever we're ready. Gently lifting the knees to hover for just a moment. And then push those hips high. Take a little step back if we need to. Pedal out those legs. So especially if it's been a while since you've come to the mat, just allow yourselves to gently, gently wake up those legs. Take those feet a little bit wider on the mat. If you're feeling particularly tight, just allow yourselves to go a little bit deeper. Remember, nice flat back, hips high, pushing the hands towards the front of the mat. Maybe come up onto your tiptoes, still keeping the hips high, come down towards, heels towards mat, still with those hips pushing skywards. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, draw up the heels. Just keep the movement in the legs. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, drop those heels. Inhale, lift the heels. Look forward, pitching forward into plank. Drop the knees to hover. Draw up the knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, pushing the heels, hips back towards the heels. Extended child's pose, forehead to mat, arms stay long, hips come down towards the heels. Forehead to the mat. And then lifting the head, looking towards the hands. Gently walking the hands around over to the left. Putting the right hand on top of the left, drop the forehead back down to the mat. So weight is over that left thigh. You're taking a stretch on the right side of the body. Keep those hips high if you need to. If the knees need you to not sit on them, you can still take the side bend with the hips high. Okay, lifting the head, releasing the hands. Gently walk them back through center, round to the other side. Left hand on right, dropping the forehead towards the mat. Say hips can stay high, or you can push them down towards the heels. We're looking for a stretch down the left hand side of the body. So take whatever you need to take to find that. Keep the rest of you happy. Gently lifting the head, looking to the hands, bring those hands back through center. Again, sinking those hips back or keeping them high, elbows to the mat, bring the palms of the hands together, forehead to the mat, lift the hands so that the thumbs come to the back of the neck. Okay, release those hands, gently draw the hands back to under the shoulders, pushing ourselves up. We're going to tuck those toes, lift the knees, pushing up into downward facing dog. And looking towards those hands, making our way forward, feet towards hands into a nice relaxed forward fold. So ragdoll, bending the knees, crossing the hands over each other. Gently easing into that forward fold. Listening to your body. No requirement to touch the floor with the hands or straighten the legs unless you want to. Release the hands down towards the mat, and then we're gently coming up with control, one vertebrae at a time. So feel the muscles working, feel the glutes engaging. One vertebrae at a time, come all the way up, shoulders up and round and down. And then gently coming into mountain. Okay, so bringing the toes together. And just taking a moment to settle here on the mat. So find your drishti. Shake everything down. Wiggle the toes, release them from the mat, and make sure they're free to move. Place them back down. We're gently inhaling, lifting the heels. Exhale, release. And again, inhale, lift up with heels. Exhale, back down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, back down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. You can start to lift the arms as well. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift. Arms come up a little bit. Exhale, back down. Okay, so leaving the right hand down by the leg, we're inhaling the left arm up towards the ceiling. Gently exhale, reach over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale that hand back down. So then take the feet a little bit further apart. Gently bend those knees. Bring the hands down towards the knees. So we're in a kind of ready to go somewhere. And we're just doing a standing cat-cow. So from here, we are inhaling, dropping the belly, pushing the hips and the head up, shoulders back and down. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale, coming through into cow. Exhale, rounding down into cat. Inhale, through cow. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale one more time. Exhale, round down into cat. And then again we release, just come down into a forward fold. And we release the hands, we inhale, come all the way up. A little bit faster than last time, but still with that control. Inhale up tall. Inhale, take those arms, reaching tall. Exhale, floating down, forward fold. So just be aware, particularly if you're struggling with the back. Just be gentle. Remember to keep that core engaged. And we're releasing coming up. If you need to bend the knees, please do. Really engage those glutes to help you come up. Inhale all the way up. Inhale as we go, taking those arms up. And again, gently exhale, forward fold. Finding your breath here in forward fold, pushing those sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Relaxing those shoulders. And then from here, we're looking towards the floor, bending our knees, planting our hands flat to the floor, bring the knees down. My little lazy way of coming down, rolling onto your bottom, and then we're going to come down onto our backs. So from here, we're coming to seated, feet towards the top edge of the mat, or one short edge of the mat, and gently relax down, waking up the core. So taking the arms and the feet out long, clasp those hands, push the palms away from you, have a stretch. And release those arms, bring them back down over to the sides, bring the feet flat to the floor. Bobbing the right ankle over the left knee. And we're gently taking a twist, so drop the knee and the foot over towards the left. Option to look in the opposite direction, straight ahead, arms wherever you would want them to go, maybe into cactus, just to really open up those shoulders. If it's too much the foot hooked over the knee, then just release the foot and have feet together. And then we're gently unwinding, so releasing the head to look to the ceiling, bring the arms down, release the feet and gently bring those knees back in. Lift the hips, place them squarely on the mat, bring the left knee over the right ankle. Taking it to the other side, dropping the right ankle, left foot over towards the ground, looking towards the left. Again, arms wherever you would like to put them. And just breathe, take a few breaths, just enjoy these last few moments on the mat. Gently come back through center, lift those feet out, unhook foot from ankle. Again, reset everything, so both hips, both shoulders squarely on the mat. Gently release the feet off the mat, bring the knees up towards the chest, release the tailbone. Hands underneath the knees, and just gently pull the knees towards you, rolling backwards and forwards, lifting that tailbone, releasing it off the mat, sending it long towards the short edge of the mat. Gently allow the feet to drop down, taking the hands to the outer edge of the knees, opening up the knees wide either side of the rib cage. And just gently rocking from side to side or taking little circles with the knees, whichever is your most favourite little back massage here. For those of you who normally come to class and can't always see what I'm doing at this point in time and class, I do all kinds of weird things with my feet. So just finding whatever moves you want to make here. Hopefully you don't have a squeaky floorboard as well. And then gently coming to stillness. And then optioning to either rock ourselves up or to roll onto one side and just gently bring ourselves up to seated. So just coming back to Sukhasana for just a moment together. Just taking a few breaths. Bringing ourselves back into the room. Back to reality. So well done. I hope you enjoyed just a very short 20-minute or so little stretch out. Something you can do any time of day, and I hope it helped. If you liked this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Any comments below, and I will do my best to provide another class for you. But in the meantime, as ever, thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.